Hi, my name is Danielle Scott. I am a senior here at the University of Houston. I am majoring in inter I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in interpersonal communication. And for this video interview, it was over the phone, of course, because all that's going on with Corona. Um, but I talked to Mari Brosker, who has held the position for over a year in both project manager as well as director of governance and communication. And although she is not exactly in the position that I would like to be, I asked her how to become a CEO. And she gave me a lot of knowledge of what it takes to be a CEO of a nonprofit. And in that conversation, I learned that there's two sides of being within a nonprofit, which is programs and administration. So, programs are the things that build up so you're supporting your mission. And administration is what supports programs for to complete the mission, pretty much. As a CEO, it's very important to know both of these, not only because you want to know how you're raising money in the program side, fundraising, givers who are giving your community the support you have, as well as administration, which is more the business side of things. Nobody is going to support a company that lacks financial management. So that's why it's important to understand both and what it takes to do both, because of the fact you don't want to hire people who don't have the same passion as you or the same drive, and you know what you need to be doing. That comes to another point. An advantage would be that this job is straight passion. It's not a job that brings in a lot of money or materialistic things because it's helping people. It's a nonprofit, so you're actually raising money to even get where you need to get in the first place. So it's very important to not only understand the worth of your company, but what also is being put in to help your company grow. CEOs, if they're going to, let's say, undergrad and postgrad, which is very important, you might want to have a child development, public relations, social work in your program side, and definitely like an MBA in business for administration. Therefore, you understand the literacy because you will be talking to a board of people. And if you're not knowing what is going on in your company, that doesn't look too well. So it's important to understand both. And the disadvantage would be ethics and legal standpoint. That's something that comes along with the job. It's something that if you don't understand the worth of your company, you can easily plummet. So it's good to know what you're involving yourself into at all times. Problems that occur within this job is like bias interaction, which is you have a board member who has maybe a food company, and since like the Boys and Girls Club provides food after school for these kids, they want to use their company to help. No, not okay. That's bias interaction. Or if you have a situation where balance of information, there does have to be a private information that you, the CEO, needs to know, as well as disclosure to your board of what they need to know. Sometimes people want to get overstepped and want to have all the information, which is not necessarily professional. As a CEO, you need to know how to multitask. Multitasking is very important. Let's say that a pipe bust is at a club. It is your job to ensure safety and protection, so it's also your job to know how to handle those situations in order to protect the kids that are at your club. In this job, what surprised me the most was that people people are going to want to help. People are always going to want to invest, but it's your job in order to bring creativity to the plate. It's your job to understand that your programs or how you are fundraising is going to bring in the money that you're going to need to help support these kids. So things like having a huge banquet, having donors from your community, things like that allow the growth of your nonprofit. And I mean, of course, the investment of yourself. As she said, this is a job of passion. So if you don't have the passion for it, it's going to be very hard for you to just take off with it. I learned a lot from her in the sense of understanding that I am on the road to being able to do this. It's just that full strength of wanting it, wanting it, and wanting it. Because as I have a psychology degree already, or will have a psychology degree, the only things next will be probably having something in business to help me understand the administration part. Also involving myself in more community service, things that help fundraise, understanding fundraising as a whole, because these are things that will help me be able to get off on a nonprofit. I think that also it's essential that we have these programs because of the fact that the environments that some of these kids are in, these are safe havens for them, such as myself as a child. It was a safe haven for me and my friends. So I find it important that I always strive to continue on to something that I've been saying I want to do. Also being aware of what it takes to do so, which she gave me a lot of information on. I find that the advantage of helping kids is just something beautiful that can't be taken away. It was a very informative interview that I had with her. I appreciated her for taking out the time to just give me knowledge on the things that I would like to do in life. Now that I have her number, she told me to reach out anytime that I did need help. So I think that it was very successful into understanding what it takes and also the drive that I would need to have. It was very much a good experience to understand all these things and also being able to go ahead and start my next journey on to what I need to do.